Alrighty, guys, going over my thoughts for Friday's session, ending the week on Friday. So Friday the 23rd. So what are we seeing here? This is a daily time frame chart, and we're continuously printing bullish, right? As much negative news as there may be floating around, we're still printing bullish days, right? So really, what we're looking at here is, again, if we do see the bearish side take over, really that same trade I took today, right? You can go and see off previous market structure, when we break through this zone, we should continue down, right? But what we are seeing here is almost mirroring this exact move, right? So what I am anticipating is for us to actually break above this structure going into tomorrow and retest these all-time highs. Looking at the 1 hour, it's looking pretty much the same analysis as yesterday. Again, we've had 2 days where it's been just absolute choppiness. Again, absolute choppiness. So really what we're seeing here is the lack of bearish momentum, right? We had this 1 hour time frame fib kind of play out to a T. Again, kind of just emphasizing the lack of bearish volume in the market. Market's trading super slow, but we are progressively trading higher. So if we do break above this zone, looking at previous market structure, right here, right here, right here, right here, right, we have a super high probability of tapping into our all-time high level of resistance, right? So I think going into tomorrow, what we should be anticipating and be looking at is, one, the breaking of this zone, and two, really the respect of this bottom zone down here. I think both those are going to be the safest plays. So again, looking for the breaking of this zone and looking for the respect of this zone again, right? The bearish volume wasn't there today, but that doesn't leave my my idea with this out of play, right? If we do see the respect of this zone again being rejected again, we start trading down here and we break below, I do have a high probability that we will tap back down into this area after rejecting up here once more. So again, really looking to break this high level resistance right here, which is right around that 34,916 area, to eventually tap into these all-time high level resistance, right? Looking at the 4 hour, again, it's that same rejection area we've been seeing, right? We lost a lot of volume in the market last week when we were trading up here. But I do see, if we break above this, tapping into these all-time highs before we see that retracement. Again, we could see this retracement again, kind of tap down into here if we break below. It's Friday. We should see a little bit more volume in the market, I'm hoping. So either way, we should be able to catch a pretty decent move with both, based off both these ideas. Again, we have some of these long fibs playing out on these higher time frames, right? Closing above the or wicking off that 618, closing on the 50, right? Just a little more confluence to the top side, continuously printing higher highs and lower lows, or higher highs and lower highs, all the way up after we've refilled almost entirely Friday's post move last week. So again, we break above this structure. I have full confidence we're going to tap into here and maybe even higher before we do see that full correction and some of the COVID news and some of the COVID-related stuff really kind of dives into the market. I think we're maybe a week or two ahead with some of those thoughts. But again, I'd like to keep that whole story in mind, keep that picture in mind of what could potentially happen in the market and kind of be one step ahead, right? So again, looking to break this resistance here to target this overall move right up here, right? I think it's right around 140 pips, if I'm not mistaken. Right around 140 pips. And then the same move down to the downside is right around 150 pips. So roughly the same zones we're targeting. But again, just kind of adding a little bit more confluence that, hey, we might continue up going into tomorrow. But if we don't see that kind of come into play, we have a really good solid idea if we do see the volume take us to the downside. So again, painting that picture, again, we're printing nothing but blue days or nothing but green days to the top side. So again, I think looking for buys is probably the safest play at the break above this level versus looking for sells off this level. So if we break above, we're looking for buys to overall target this next area up here. And if we break below here, looking for that full move that we tried to capture in today, play out to the downside. So again, mapped out all these levels last week. They're holding true. You can see nothing but respect all the way up across the board. And that's what you love to see. Gaining a little bit of confidence in these levels you're drawing up, and giving you that really green light to execute on some of these key zones. So again, kind of following that blueprint, looking for break above this structure to a potential retest of the volumes a little bit lower, but overall looking for that potential impulse move to the top side. And same thing down here. So other than that, it's kind of my overall thoughts. You look at the daily time frame. We've done nothing but kind of print green candles ever since this full correction last Friday into Monday, and we've refilled that whole entire move. Again, we're right in that wick rejection area, but if we do break above, we have a high chance of tapping into this area up top. That's my overall thoughts and my overall ideas heading into Friday's session to end the week. Again, up right around 275 pips on the week. So would love to crush a trade tomorrow. Would love to bring that total right around 400 pips on the week. Again, we've lost 2 or 3 trades this week. Risk has been managed. And again, it just goes to show you keeping those losses super, super tight and keeping those winning trades really running and securing a little bit of profits along the way goes a really, really long way in the market. Gain that confidence on these zones. Bring it down into lower time frames and really dive in for an execution going into tomorrow. Again, you can pause the video, see where my zones are mapped up compared to maybe yours, and dive in that way. Retest the past month on some of these key zones. You mark up on the 4-hour and daily, and see how often some of these moves do end up playing out. Gain that confidence. Be ready for when the move happens, and then really execute when there's the green light. So these are my thoughts going into tomorrow. Looking to end the week on a really good note. So keeping the risk low and keeping the reward high. So again, really looking on this move to the top side tomorrow. But if the bearish comes into play, we got this move kind of coming to the downside. Quick thoughts and quick little breakdown with reiterating a little bit more of my thoughts. So let's crush it tomorrow. Let's